Belum.
Good luck, speakers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tes audio. Dengar tak?
Dengar?
Thank you.
Okay, so can we start now?
Sure, insyaAllah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Selawat kasih seuntai rasa. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Saya Nur Farhana binti Fuad dari ISM Bahasa Inggeris dengan Komunikasi selaku hos anda bagi program Speaker Edge pada petang ini. Selamat datang kepada semua hadirin hadirat. Terima kasih saya ucapkan kerana sudi meluangkan cuti semester kalian untuk mengikuti program ini. Tanpa melengahkan masa, saya membuka majlis kita pada hari ini dengan kitab Al-Fatihah dan bagi yang bukan Muslim, boleh membaca doa mengikut kepercayaan masing-masing. Yang dihormati para pensyarah Fakulti Bahasa dan Komunikasi, barisan speaker pada petang ini serta rakan-rakan yang dikasihi sekalian. Untuk makluman semua, program Speaker Edge yang pernah dikenali sebagai Speaker Corner merupakan sebuah program untuk melatih mahasiswa-mahasiswi supaya berkeyakinan tinggi untuk bersuara di halayak ramai. Berikutan dengan pandemik COVID, pihak Falcom mengambil inisiatif untuk menjalankan program ini secara atas talian. Maka, tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput speaker yang pertama dengan tajuk Perks of Being Band Student. Mempersilakan saudari Nur Najihah binti Ahmad Nasruddin.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. So I am Nur Najihah Ahmad Nasruddin from Band Student. I'm now in the third year. So today I'm going to talk about the perks of being Band Student. So when I was in the first year, when I got the offer to study band, I was thinking like habislah aku ni macam matilah aku kena belajar grammar and I have to write essays every day and benda ni seronok ke and benda ni minat aku ke. So I think not only me feeling this have this feeling. So what crossed in my mind when I got the offer that maybe I will quit after the second week of my first year. But then when I have become when I have become band student for until now, sorry, and I found the perks of being band student. There are a lot, and the first one is that the program itself. It is not because of the English. Sorry, it's not about the English. You are not only learning about the English, but you also learn about the system of language and also the. Sorry, I'm so nervous. You're not only learning about the system of language, and yes, you are not learning about the grammar. You are also learning about the communication. You are learning about the system of how language can be developed, and there are a lot of new things that you can learn in band. So I begin to fall in love with some of the subjects that I learned, and I think this is fun because even I still don't like English that much, but I enjoy the process of learning. For example, when I learn about social linguistics, I thought it's about language. Like you have to learn about the present tense, you have to learn the past tense, and what's not. But then it's about the society and the language. So when I learn about social linguistics, I feel like, yes, you are right, Afa. It's social linguistics is bomb. It's very wide and it's about the social, how language works in social, so in society. Sorry, and what makes me excited to learn band is that I can see how amazing God has created the language in this complex and systematic so that the people can communicate to each other. So that is one of the first that is one of the perks of being a band student. And the second one is that when I become band student, I feel like my learning space is not limited to only in the classroom. I mean, uh, we have to learn about the theory, we have to learn about the principles. There are a lot, and it's suffering to remember all of these things. But what I think is that these theories, if we only learn from the book, we're not going to understand all of them. So I think it is I think I need to implement everything that I have learned in real life situation. For example, when I became a facilitator in EIMP, so in that program, I managed to apply some knowledge that I learned, for example, public relation, crisis management, and also intercultural communication. And all of them taught me that uh, if you want to understand or if you want to get um, someone's agreement, or if you want to know about the culture, you have to learn and understand them. So that's what I have learned in that program. Also, I think if I am not band student, I will not be able to get the chance to learn to be the facilitator in EIMP. And the last perk that I found is that I've got my chance to join Turkey Mobility Program, which gives me an opportunity to travel abroad. So I think it was a great chance for me because I've never traveled abroad before. So it's not just about we travel to Turkey, but I managed to challenge myself to go out of my comfort zone. Um, what I'm saying this is because when I was in Turkey, I have to push myself to do everything on my own. I have to deal with the Turkmen administration. Um, I have to talk with the Turkish people when we have to find the route. We have to bargain about the price, and not all Turkish people can speak English, and it was very difficult to speak with them and to understand them because uh, even they can speak English, sometimes we cannot understand them because of the language barrier. So with my little knowledge of Turkish language, I have to try to understand what are they going to say, and even it's not very even it's not very clear, I I can sorry even it's not very clear about what they are speaking about, but I can understand and I can reach the destination safely. So why am I telling you this? Because my message here is that even you have the same feeling that I had, macam tak suka benda yang kita belajar, and you rasa macam you masuk band, you masuk bas ni benda yang terpaksa, um, semua feeling tu kita ada. But I would like to encourage you to not hate or stop the process of finding the knowledge. Jangan salahkan your keadaan untuk apa ni? Untuk kata aku benci band lah, aku tak nak masuk dah band, aku nak berhenti belajar, aku nak gagalkan diri aku. No, sebenarnya kita kena enjoy the process of learning. We have to keep going to find the knowledge, to enjoy the learning process, because the learning process does not only happen in the classroom, and it does not only it does not only happen in the books that you read. So you have to find the knowledge, you have to observe, you have to try to relate to yourself, dan cari ilmu ni dia luas, and you don't have to see mencari ilmu tu just only from the classroom or from the book that you read. So you have to open yourself to you have to have you have to open your mind to see what is going on around you, and you have to enjoy everything that you are doing right now. Okay, so before I end my speech, I need your favor to help me sharing this video and the advertisement posted in the comment section. It's about the programs that available in our faculty. Ada 4 program, iaitu Ijazah Sarjana Muda Bahasa Inggeris dengan Komunikasi, Ijazah Sarjana Muda Pengajian Bahasa Arab, Ijazah Sarjana Muda Bahasa Melayu Kontemporari dengan Media Interaktif, dan juga Ijazah Sarjana Muda Perhubungan Awam dengan Media Kontemporari. And I think that's all from me. I'm so sorry sebab tergagap semua, nervous because I'm not very ready today dan tak berapa sihat sikit agak. And that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening to me, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada saudari Najihah atas pengisian yang bermakna itu tadi. I like it when you said that we need to enjoy the process of learning, because by enjoying the process of learning, it can motivate us to fall in love with our study course. So indeed, the major keyword for our course, BEN course, is communication. So it is fun to watch my seniors involved with lots of activities and programs while studying. Okay, seterusnya, saudari Khairunnisa Afifah binti Jasri dengan tajuk ucapannya The Battle of Mut'ah, A Story of Love and Passion. Mempersilakan.
Tassin, can you hear me first?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Thank you so much. So hi everyone, my name is Khairunnisa Afifah binti Jasri, and so the title for my sharing today would be The Battle of Mut'ah, A Story of Love and Passion. So I choose this title is because I wanted to bring that kind of what do we call that? Don't you find it to be how ironic it is when we're talking about war is a battle, something that is considered as immoral, something that is considered as terrible with love. So today, with that, I would like to share with you this story. By the way, this story is extracted from Dr. Umar Sulaiman's lecture, where you can just easily find them in YouTube. So Ja'far bin Abi Talib is the celebrity in the story. He was among the first companion to embrace Islam, and he was also the first person who convert a king in his own hand, because he was so eloquent with words, with his action. Sorry, I'm quite nervous, so I'm sorry if there's like fillers. Okay, before Ja'far bin Abi Talib was known for his story of having a wings that he can fly into heaven. But before he earned his wing in the heaven, it was mentioned by Prophet that he earned a special place in a Prophet's heart, where he mentioned that I did not know which makes me happy the most. Is it the winning of the Khaybar, or is it the Ja'far's arrival? So today I would like to share with you the beautiful story of him. So the story unfolds when the Roman Byzantine governor had killed one of the Rasulullah emissaries, which is Utusan. So called Harith bin Umar, where at that time this kind of action was considered as immoral, so Rasulullah has set an army to confront this case. What happened is that Rasulullah has appointed 3 leaders among the Muslims. The first one is Zaid bin Haritha. I'm sorry, the first one is Zaid bin Haritha, and the second one is Ja'far bin Abi Talib, and the third is Abdullah ibn Rawahah. So Rasulullah said that if Zaid bin Harithah is wounded or killed, then let Ja'far bin Abi Talib take the lead. And if Ja'far bin Abi Talib is wounded or killed, then let Abdullah ibn Rawahah became the commander. But if something unfortunate happened, that three of them killed, get killed or wounded, then let the Muslims themselves decide who will become the leader among themselves. So what happened? So after that, the army marched to the Mu'tah, where Mu'tah is located in Jordan in the modern world, where there the number of army were heavily outnumbered, and especially when the Roman Byzantine, they are, what do we call that? Um, the Roman Byzantine, they have their, what do we call that? They have their macam pasukan yang macam sama-sama join diorang, which is pasukan Arab Nasrani. So at that time, also the Roman Byzantine are among the skilled army, and so in the battle, the, what do we call that? So in the battle, I'm sorry, I'm quite nervous. So in the battle, the first commander, which is Zaid ibn Harithah, was killed, and which makes Ja'far bin Abi Talib, the celebrity of the story, became the next commander. So in the battle, during the battle, if someone is a leader, he or she have to hold a banner, where the banner is like, for information, it's like you are honoring it, and also become something that could motivate the team itself. So what happened is that during the battle, Ja'far bin Abi Talib's hand was amputated. First, he hold the banner with his left hand, but then his left hand got amputated, so he hold it with his left hand, but it also get amputated. So what happened is that because he felt like there's like a blazing rush that says that he have to hold it, because the banner means a lot to the Muslims. So what he do is that he hold the banner with his amputated hand and put it on his chest, and to honor his religion. So unfortunately, Ja'far bin Abi Talib had died in the battle. So and then in the battle, Prophet said, after the battle, the Prophet said a very beautiful which is Ra'aitu Ja'faran yatiru fil jannah ma'a malaikah, which brings the meaning of, I saw Ja'far flying in the heaven with the angels. And Allah replaced two of his amputated hand with wings, so that he can fly in the heaven with it. So for me, the moral of the story that I can see is, when it comes to like in a battle and something that is from two perspectives, which is the battle and love, is that when Ja'far bin Abi Talib, he fight in the battle, he fight with his heart. So I think that, what do we call that? Only someone who is sincere, someone who have a big heart can only do this. Well, I hope that one day, personally, that me myself will be able to find something that I will be able to fight for, just like Ja'far bin Abi Talib. So I think that's it. That's it for me. I hope that the story maybe might be able to motivate you as well. Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you to Khairunnisa for sharing the beautiful Sirah story. So I can say that love is superior. Right. So, dear friends, have you heard of the phrase, everything we see is a perspective, not the truth? With that, Let us invite our next intellectual speaker, Nur Fadhlin Sakinah binti Mahadi, with her speech entitled Seeing is Not Necessarily Believing.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening. I am Fadhlin Sakinah from Band 4. Today, I would like to talk about seeing is not necessarily believing. Okay, to start my speech, I want to ask all of you one question. Are all of you familiar with the idiom seeing is believing?
Yes.
Yes.
So it means that you need to see something before you confirm the truth of it. But what if seeing is not necessarily believing? Okay, this may apply to the things that you have encountered in everyday lives or see in dramas or films. I will give you one example. Some of us may have watched a romance drama where a girl saw her fiancé hug another girl and believed that he cheated on her and they had a fight. However, the truth is the girl's high heel got stuck to the pavement and the guy tried to save her. The fiancée actually misunderstood the whole situation when she saw it, but the damage had already been done. Another example is we all know that the internet can facilitate people when searching for information. When we search a keyword or anything, there will be countless of information, but even if we can see the data, we do not know to what extent the validity of it. Therefore, not everything that we saw is accurate, and being more cautious when you see suspicious info or news will be very helpful instead of believing it blindly. A few days ago, I have come across a post where this one person encountered a situation where a call of prayer can be heard and a man just walked past the mosque. The person also tried to greet another man that walks beside them, but they did not respond. And they also saw a woman hailed a taxi and sits beside the driver. Now, some people can misinterpret those three characters as ignoring or have an awful personality when they saw it. But the man that just walked past the mosque had already prayed at another mosque. The person who ignored the greeting is actually deaf, and the woman that sits beside the taxi driver is actually his wife. It is kind of interesting where sometimes we like to judge people only based on what we see and did not have any effort to uncover the truth behind it. Hence, occasionally, what you see is not necessarily the truth, as the truth can be hidden in the abyss and not certainly appear on the surface. This notion is kind of the same as don't judge a book by its cover. So remember to not trust anything that you see blindly, as seeing is not necessarily believing. And always, always, always do fact check. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.
Alright. Thank you to Fadhlin di atas perkongsian yang membuka minda itu tadi. So I would like to point out from our speaker that not everything we saw is true. So instead of believing our perceptions, try to have a conversation with the person because our perception not necessarily true. Okay, so seterusnya kita bergerak ke speaker yang keempat iaitu saudari Nur Asma Lailey binti Cik Hisham dengan tajuk ucapannya Ma qaddarallahu khair. Apakah maksud tajuk tersebut? Dengan ini kita mempersilakan.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum and good morning, good evening everyone. Okay, قبل أن أبدأ بالدقيق عايزة أخبركم عن شبكة الإنترنت هنا في مشكلة قوي. إذا لو لن أسمع بقول معلش. Okay. طيب قبل أن أدرس في جامعة ترنغانو أدرس في جامعة الأزهر مصر ممكن 3 سنوات منذ سنة 2017 إلى 2020. إن شاء الله اليوم أنا معكم لأنني عايزة أتكلم أو بقول قليل عن هذا وهذا في اللغة الملايوية. إذن كلكم فهم كلامي بفهمي كويس إن شاء الله. سأبدأ كلامي تحت موضوع ما قدر الله خير. Okey, insya-Allah saya akan presentkan tajuk hari ini dalam bahasa Melayu agar semua orang boleh faham dengan baik insya-Allah. Okey, ma qadarallahu khair kalau kita translatekan dalam bahasa Melayu ianya boleh dikatakan bermaksud apa jua yang ditakdirkan oleh Allah adalah yang terbaik. Okey, bagaimana kita ingin melihat keindahan ataupun kebaikan di setiap sesuatu yang telah Allah takdirkan kepada kita. Kadang-kadang unexpected thing happen kan. Macam kita off guard. Kadang-kadang benda tu jadi macam kita tak tahu nak buat apa. So, first thing first, kita kena belajar untuk bersyukur. Kun syakuran atau be grateful. Sebagaimana yang disebut oleh Allah Azza wa Jalla dalam Al-Quranul Karim, a'udzubillahi minasyaitanirrajim, la in syakartum la azidannakum, yang mana bermaksud jika kamu bersyukur nescaya aku akan tambahi nikmatku kepada kamu. Okey. Kita akan pergi kepada detail macam mana kita nak bersyukur. Okey. Biasanya perkara yang kita kerap kali terlepas pandang dalam konteks bersyukur ni adalah kita lupa untuk bersyukur dalam sekecil-kecil perkara. First. Sekecil-kecil perkara. Kita kalau saya nak definisikan kecil, saya akan bagi contoh. Contoh kalau kita melihat kita tak perasan, kalau semut lalu tepi kita tak perasan pun sebab benda tu kecil. Saya bukan nak katakan bahawa nikmat Allah yang kita perlu syukuri itu kecil, tak. Tapi saya nak definisikan bagaimana kita ni manusia melihat kecil itu. Jadi bersyukur dengan sekecil-kecil perkara ni adalah perkara, contohlah kalau saya bagikan dalam satu situation, biasanya bila kita usaha untuk sentiasa untuk target kita punya pointer biasanya 4 flat ataupun dekan first class kan. Dan bila keluar result and then benda yang kita expect tu terjadi, kita dapat apa yang kita nak. Kita bersyukur kat situ. Tapi sebenarnya perkara yang pertama kita kena bersyukur adalah bagaimana kita telah mendapat satu kekuatan untuk berusaha untuk mujahadah dalam study. Sampaikan kita boleh berjaga malam-malam sampai pukul 2-3 pagi. Kadang-kadang yang biasa tidur awal pun sanggup berjaga malam untuk study. Kalau kita tengok perkara tu sebenarnya semangat yang kita ada time tu, semangat yang menyelinap masuk dalam hati kita sebenarnya adalah datang daripada Allah. Dan perkara ni seringkali kita terlepas pandang sebab perkara ni kita tak ambil berat sangat. Sebenarnya ini adalah satu nikmat yang kita terlepas pandang. Sedangkan sebenarnya bila kita bersyukur dengan sekecil-kecil nikmat, maka nikmat yang kecil tu dia akan jadi besar dan kita akan rasa content dengan apa jua yang kita ada. Kita takkan ada perasaan nak komplain, kita tak sempat nak rasa macam hidup ni tak adil, kita tak sempat nak rasa sebab kita dah tanam dalam diri kita untuk sentiasa bersyukur dengan sekecil-kecil nikmat yang Allah bagi. Yang seterusnya biasanya kalau kita tengok kan, kalau dekat orang sekeliling kita ataupun kadang-kadang kita sendiri, kita suka hitung ujian. Sepatutnya yang kita hitung adalah nikmat bukan ujian. Saya kerap kalilah kita baca yang sebenarnya ujian yang Allah bagi kepada kita adalah seperti kapal di tengah lautan dan lautan itu merupakan satu nikmat daripada Allah. Nak cakap dekat sini nikmat yang Allah bagikan kepada kita adalah besar, sangat luas, tiada tara. Tetapi apa yang menghalang kita daripada melihat nikmat tersebut adalah ujian. Apabila kita berada di dalam sebuah kapal tu secara automatiknya kita akan rasa kagum dengan besarnya kapal tu. Dan dalam konteks ujian, kita akan rasa yang kita duduk dalam ujian yang besar, dikelilingi kegelapan, kita tak nampak satu pun cahaya. Sebenarnya kalau kita pandang jauh, kita akan nampak nikmat Allah yang seluas lautan tu. Kita akan nampak hebatnya kita akan nampak pemurahnya Allah. Kita tak akan fokus kepada kapal yang kita rasa besar. Sebab apa kan? Sebenarnya bila kita berada dalam satu kapal, kita akan rasa kecil. Sebab kapal tu memang akan besar dari kita. Tapi kalau kita tengok lagi ke hadapan, kita akan nampak sebenarnya laut itu lebih luas dari kapal yang kecil tu. Okay. Dan kalau kita perasan kan, manusia ni dia kadang-kadang dia tanam dalam diri dia ni, dia punya masalah lagi besar daripada orang lain. Dia punya ujian lagi teruk daripada orang lain. Dia punya ujian lagi malang. Dia punya hidup ni lagi nak tagih simpati daripada orang lain. Sebenarnya tak ada seorang pun yang jalani kehidupan dengan mudah. In fact, no one had lived an easy life. Itu satu fakta. Cuma yang membezakan antara kita dengan mereka, antara saya dengan kamu adalah limit kita. Adalah kemampuan kita dalam handle satu-satu situation tu, satu-satu masalah. Kadang-kadang perkara yang kita rasa susah sebenarnya senang kepada orang lain. Dan perkara yang senang kepada orang lain adalah susah kepada kita. And vice versa lah. Nak cakapnya, dekat sini Allah ni memanglah kita diuji dengan ujian yang berbeza, tetapi tujuan kita tetap sama, iaitu redha Allah dan syurga Allah yang kita kejar. Okay, next, untuk menjadi orang yang bersyukur, kita wajib juga untuk belajar bagaimana untuk menjadi orang yang sabar. Terutama ketika keinginan kita tidak sehaluan dengan apa yang terjadi. Biasanya perkara ni akan menimbulkan rasa memberontak dalam hati kita. Jiwa kita ni tak boleh nak terima. Kenapa aku nak A tapi Allah bagi B? Mudah untuk putus asa. Bila mana kita tak suka satu perkara, kita akan timbul perasaan mudah untuk putus asa dan mudah untuk tidak bersemangat. Sebenarnya kita lupa bahawasanya keinginan kita tidak akan berlaku mengikut apa yang kita inginkan. Maksudnya apa yang kita doakan kepada Allah. Contohlah kita doa kepada Allah, kita nak straight 4 flat dalam setiap SEM. Memang tak nafikan, memang semua orang nak 4 flat. Tapi dekat sini contohlah masa tu kita doa, ya Allah, aku nak 4 flat setiap SEM tapi dengan tak usaha sungguh-sungguh. Maksudnya kita nak macam born talented, jadi orang smart lah, jadi orang bijak. Macam tak study hard pun kita boleh 4 flat. Itu yang kita minta. Tapi apa yang Allah bagi, tiba-tiba bila kita belajar, kita tak faham 2, 3, 4 subjek, 2, 3, 4 madah. Kita jadi blur. Even kawan-kawan, even pensyarah explain lagi, kita tak boleh nak faham. Kita rasa fed up time tu. Kenapa aku minta yang ni tapi Allah bagi yang ni? Sebenarnya Allah nak bagi kita kejayaan. Allah nak bagi kita apa yang kita nak, tapi dengan cara Allah. Bagaimana cara Allah tu? Dengan kita berusaha sungguh-sungguh. Untuk Allah ni nak tengok kita ni betul ke nak berjaya. Kenapa nak berjaya tapi nak dengan jalan yang mudah? Tak bolehlah macam tu. Bila kita nak sesuatu, kita yang kena usaha. Bila kita dah usaha, kita kena belajar tawakal dan banyakkan berdoa. Don't expect life will be perfect because it will never be perfect. Even junjungan besar Nabi Muhammad SAW doesn't have a perfect life. He has so many haters, enemies, or even a person who always ready to kill him. But here we are. Here you are wishing to have a perfect life. Wishing to have everything you want with the way you want it to be. And then again, ask yourself, who are you? Even Nabi Muhammad, iaitu kekasih Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, tak mempunyai kehidupan yang sempurna. Tapi siapa kamu yang nak kehidupan sempurna? Beware, this is dunia, not heaven. And then akhir sekali, tujuan saya pilih tajuk Ma Qadarallahu Khair adalah kerana saya sendiri berada dalam keadaan tersebut, di mana saya juga belajar untuk menerima takdir yang Allah tetapkan kepada saya. The moment saya terpaksa lepaskan impian terbesar saya, iaitu menjadi salah seorang Azhariyah, iaitu seorang student dari Mesir, dan pulang ke tanah air dengan mengambil jurusan yang pernah saya katakan suatu ketika dahulu, Aku takkan ambil syu'bah lurah, iaitu jurusan bahasa Arab. But here I am belajar kat Malaysia dalam jurusan bahasa Arab. With the mindset, bukan saya yang memilih bahasa Arab, tetapi bahasa Arab yang memilih saya. So I will do my best to be successful insyaAllah. Iktafi bihadzal qadar. Syukran ala istima'ikum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Syukran Fadhlin ala kalimah. Okey, apa juga maksud tajuk speaker kita sebentar tadi ialah apa jua yang ditakdirkan oleh Allah itulah yang terbaik. Jadi izinkan saya petik dua ayat dari Al-Quran. Ayat yang pertama ialah surah Ibrahim ayat yang ke-7 yang bermaksud, dan ingatlah tatkala Tuhanmu memaklumkan, sesungguhnya jika kamu bersyukur, pasti kami akan menambahkan nikmat kepadamu. Dan jika kamu mengingkari nikmatku, maka sesungguhnya azabku sangat pedih. Dan satu lagi ayat dari Al-Quran iaitu surah Al-Qamar ayat yang ke-35 yang bermaksud, sebagai nikmat dari kami, demikianlah kami memberi balasan kepada orang-orang yang bersyukur. Jadi hadirin dan hadirat, betapa besarnya nikmat sekiranya kita bersyukur atas nikmat yang diberikan oleh Tuhan. Jadi sentiasalah bersyukur dengan ucapkanlah Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih. Maka tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput saudari Nur Aqilah binti Rahim dengan tajuk ucapan beliau, Rules to Find Spark. Dengan ini mempersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Boleh dengar tak? Okey, perkongsian yang sangat bermakna daripada saudari Lailey sebentar tadi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Nur Aqilah binti Rahim dari kos pengajian bahasa Arab. Today I would like to share about rules to find spark. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, working for something we don't care about is called stress, and working for something that we truly love is called passion. Some people had a sense of purpose for their job, but when they didn't have the job because of retirement or something, all of a sudden they didn't know what to do when they woke up in the morning. So your purpose is not the job that you wake up to do every day. Your purpose is something bigger. There are 5 rules to find spark or bring our spark to life. Firstly is to go after the thing that we want. There's always 2 ways to see the world. Firstly, some people see the thing that they want, and some people see the thing that prevents them from getting the thing that they want. The rule is you can go after whatever you want, as long as you just cannot deny what anyone else to go after what they want. You don't have to do something the way everybody else has done it. You can do it your way. You can do it in your own way, and you can break the rules. Rules number 2 is to take accountability for your actions. You can take all the credits in the world as long as you take the responsibility for the things that you do wrong. It must be a balanced equation. You don't get it one way, not the other. You have to take credit, and you have to also take accountability. Lesson number 3 is to take care of each other. You want to be an elite warrior, it's not about how tough you are, it's not about how smart you are, it's not how fast you are. If you want to be an elite warrior, you better get really, really good at helping the person to the left of you or helping the person to the right of you, because that's how people advance in the world. The world is too dangerous and the world is too difficult for you to think that you can do everything in the world alone. The amazing thing is when you learn to ask for help, you will discover that there are people all around you who have always wanted to help you. They just didn't think you need it because you're pretending that you have everything under control. Lesson number 4 is leadership. Practice being the last to speak, the skill to hold your opinion to yourself first until everyone has spoken does two things. First, it gives everybody else the feeling that they have been heard, and second, you get the benefit of hearing what everybody else has to think before you render your opinion. This will make a great leadership. And lastly is patience. Something that really matter, like love or job fulfillment, joy, love of life, self-confidence, skill sets, any of these things, all of these things take time. Sometimes you can expedite pieces of it, but the overall journey is arduous and long and difficult. So you have to be really patient to achieve it. So lastly is all you need to do is have the will and the desire to want to understand what drives and inspires you. That's all from me. Thank you.
Terima kasih kepada saudari Aqilah atas perkongsian yang sangat bermakna itu tadi. Jadi terdapat 5 tips bagaimana macam mana nak find our spark. So we have to have our own vision on the things that we love. And with that, kita akan teruskan dengan speaker kita yang seterusnya. Pernahkah kalian menonton cerita Avenger iaitu Black Panther? Pernah? Okey. Tajuk speaker kali ini ada kait rapat dengan Kingdom Black Panther. Dengan itu, mari kita mempersilakan speaker terakhir kita pada petang ini iaitu saudari Siti Nuralisha Aina binti Nur Halim dengan tajuk ucapannya Meet My Wakanda. Mempersilakan.
Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. So really it has nothing to do with the movie actually except for the name, but alright, well, thank you. He's a bit cranky. I can't hold him for long. So sorry. So that's our star of the day actually. So you guys must be wondering why Wakanda, right? It's a cat. It's not a country. Wakanda is a country's name based on the movie. But well, when we first met Wakanda, I was like so mesmerized with his black shiny fur coat. So I was like, I was reminded of King T'Challa, but then we didn't know his gender, right? King T'Challa is a male, so but we didn't know what Wakanda's gender was. So I was like, it's okay, let's just go with the name Wakanda because it reminds me so much of the movie because of his shiny black fur coat. He's sitting under the chair right now. He doesn't really want to be in the camera. He's camera shy. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, anyways, back to 2019. In my housing area, I live in a high rise, and there's another apartment building in front of our building. And from the morning, I think it was around 8 o'clock, and I can hear like a cat was meowing from the apartment complex opposite of us, and the meowing lasts up until midnight, you guys. Like so long, from morning until the night, she just keeps meowing. So I was like, my heart was like, oh, tak sampai hati nak biar, right? So then I waited for my father to come home, and I persuaded him, more like begged him to go and check what the meowing is all about. And at first we were about to give up because we heard the meowing, but we didn't know where it was coming from. And it turns out it was coming from one of the residents of the apartment's car engine. So he was stuck in an engine. He was all alone from the morning up until night. He was meowing because he was afraid of coming out from the car's engine. And my dad had to selok. What's in English? I'm sorry, I didn't know the word. So he had to selok and had to bring Wakanda out of the engine. Actually, Wakanda is not stuck. He's just very afraid. he was like so scared, maybe of the stray dogs, maybe, or maybe because he's separated from his family. So I was like, at first my father wanted to let go, but then I quickly, oh my god, being the cat lover I am, I quickly took Wakanda and stashed him into the shoebox we brought with us, because my actually the plan was just to rescue him, but then I saw what is so cute, I can't help myself, so I just brought him back home, like just like that, like very tiba-tiba, sangatlah tiba-tiba, alright. We didn't plan on having any pets because my father and I are mildly allergic to fur. We have asthma, and also my brother, and I also have eczema, which is my skin condition. I can't really touch fur. I can't really touch stray cats and anything, or if not, my allergic will show up. Like even right now, I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, okay, whatever. I don't want to talk about that. All right. So then we brought Wakanda home, and he was just small. He was this small. He can fit in my palms, in my hands, like very small. And we initially planned to like have him over for a day or two and then release him back. But then my mom was like, oh, tak sampai hati lah. Yelah, we brought him back. Then we want to release him back to the streets, like so irresponsible. And furthermore, he's a stray kitten, he's an orphan kitten, he had no family. And even days after that, we made sure that his mom did not look for him, so we decided to keep him forever. And then from there on, I realized that having a pet is not just having another accessory to your life, it's more committing yourself to a set of responsibilities, because you have to wake up early in the morning. You have to make sure your pet have their breakfast, and you have to clean the litter pan and what kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, having Wakanda actually taught me more about having so much a high level of patience, because he's a cat, he's an animal, he doesn't understand if he do something wrong or he's being naughty. Like for one time, he toppled over a vase of my mother's and it broke, and I seriously was mad at him at that time. But he's a cat, he doesn't know anything, so that's why I say he teach me about patience, about sabar, bertenang, trying to understand the situation and whatnot. Okay, so that's one of the moral of my story. And basically now we had him for 2 years plus, I think, Wakanda. All right, so he left the building. No, just kidding. All right, and having a pet is fine. I mean, I guys, because of the pandemic recently, we had been stuck with online distance learning for a while now, for over a year plus. And being in my third year of study, it was very stressful to just be at home and not being able to go out and meet my friends and talk about my studies and whatnot. So I was a bit depressed, borderline depressed, and I was out of I was like, I did not have the passion to wake up every day. I did not have the energy to, just face ODL all over again. But that Wakanda like give me a breath of hope every day. Like I have something to wake up to every day. I have a life in my house to look up every day. Right. So I'm really I'm really sad right now, because I can't imagine my life without him. And I know that there will be a time where he will be gone from my life, because a cat's lifespan is not that long. But I'm trying to not think of that day, and even if the day comes, I gladly accept it, and I'll just live on our memories forever. So I try to call him Wakanda fish. Alright, so he usually comes when I say fish. He understands what fish means, so but he doesn't want to come. I guess he's camera shy. So I guess that's all from me today, and I hope you guys get a thing to learn from my story, even though it's a light topic compared to other speakers. So that's all from me. Thank you for the opportunity. Bye.
Thank you, Nuralisha, for the sharing. Seems like you have your first love with your cat. And Wakanda is a great name for your cat. I hope that you can cherish more moments with Wakanda. Send my love for Wakanda too, okay? Okay, baiklah. Hadirin dan hadirat, kita akan teruskan dengan sesi soal jawab kepada para speaker. Sekiranya kalian mempunyai apa-apa soalan, boleh tanyakan di ruang komen.
Hi, may I please ask a question?
Okay, sure, Alfa.
Can I please ask a question to Aina? So Aina, I'm wondering, I know Wakanda means a great deal to you, but one day when Wakanda passes on, do you think you'll be able to find a new love, like a new pet like Wakanda? I'm not asking you to compare, just, thanks.
Alright, so actually this is a topic that I have been talking to my mom over and over again, even when we just started to have Wakanda at home. To answer the question, I think every cat is incomparable and can't be replaced. But the memories come with them is I think it's like cukup lah untuk sepanjang hayat kita for us to live on, for us to cherish with. And actually, I have experienced losing a cat before, even though it's not my cat. Before coming to UniSZA, I was in Matrix, and my fellow had a lot of cats. And being me, even though we can't allow cats into our dorm rooms, but I let one cat named Latte. I'm the rule breaker. Anything I'll do for cats, alright? Alright, so one day Latte usually comes to my room to sleep every night. But one night he didn't came up to our room, and it was raining hard. I still remember that day, and I went out to look for him, but he did not came. And then I asked my fellow whether he came back home or not, and my fellow said Latte did went home, but he was in a sick condition, like tercungap-cungap and mulut berbuih and whatnot, and the vet told that Latte was poisoned. So I did not meet Latte in his last breath. All I know is like tiba-tiba my fellow WhatsApp me said that Latte had died, and I'm sad. I was truly sad because Latte was one of the cats that was very close to me, and like I said, even though he was not my pet, it was so hard to let him go. But you just have to accept the reality of it. And like I said, Latte have brought a lot of memories into my life, enough for me to cherish on. And I think for Wakanda's case, I think it will be much more hurtful compared to Latte, right? Because he's my official pet. But to say that the day will come, the day will definitely come, or maybe I die first, I don't know, right? But to have Wakanda in my life is the best thing ever. And even though I have to let him go, I still be happy and I still cherish the memories forever. So yeah, that's to answer the question. And even if I have another cat after Wakanda, I don't think it replace. It just bring another set of joy into my life. Thank you, Alpha.
Thank you, Alpha and Nuralisha. Are there any other questions? By the way, Alisha, one thing I want to say that I know that, I believe that Wakanda love you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, he loves me, but sometimes he beats me too. Maybe he beats me out of love. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a sign of love. Okay, so if there's no any other questions, can we move on to the closing? Alright. Terima kasih hadirin hadirat atas soalan-soalan yang menarik itu tadi. Maka dengan ini, berakhirlah program Speaker Edge kita pada petang ini. Setinggi-tinggi penghargaan diucapkan kepada ke-6 speaker yang petah berkata-kata bagi menyampaikan ilmu yang amat bermanfaat kepada kita. Semoga perkongsian tersebut dapat memberi kita ilmu yang baharu dan boleh dipraktikkan dalam kehidupan seharian. Saya Nur Farhana binti Fuad selaku host kalian pada petang ini ingin memohon maaf sekiranya terdapat kekurangan sepanjang saya mengendalikan majlis ini. Kita tangguhkan majlis kita dengan tasbih, kafarah dan surah Al-As. Sekian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan